This is an unprecedented time in history where we really need to act to conserve the ocean. In many ways we know how to do it, but what we really need to do is understand large marine protected areas and what role they play in both protecting species and habitats, but also in building resilience and protecting the ocean in the long term. Today is the first ever Bertarelli Programme in Marine Science annual symposium. So we're bringing together scientists, policymakers, journalists, marine protected area managers and people from across the world to celebrate and share discoveries around science and conservation.
The Bertarelli Programme in Marine Science brings together 60 scientists from 20 institutions around the world to study the British Indian Ocean Territory, one of the world's largest marine protected areas.
We're at that tipping point that we often hear about with regard to climate change, but less often hear about with regard to the ocean specifically.
We're losing on all fronts, whether you look at ocean acidification or deoxygenation of the ocean or ocean warming.
Turtles aren't able to nest because the whole shoreline is covered with plastic.
Overfishing is just decimating fish stocks all over the world.
It's really important that we do something now while we still can.
We really are at a crisis point.
Good news is we have a plan to turn that around, and the job at hand is to implement that plan.
Our programme focuses on the British Indian Ocean Territory because it's one of the last ocean wilderness areas.
It was declared a marine protected area in 2010. It's 640,000 square kilometres where animals are abundant and unfished, and there's no mining, there's no coastal development. So it represents a chance to study a baseline to compare more exploited places against.
Themes of the programme are split into different areas. One is looking at what we call sentinel species, things like tuna, sharks, seabirds and sea turtles.
We also want to look at coral reef resilience and recovery.
We're also looking at how we can make this science matter, how we can inform policy and how we can engage more people in caring and conserving the ocean. Just this year alone, we've published 13 scientific papers already, with many new and exciting findings.
We've discovered a new species of copepod.
We just did the first eDNA survey.
We've been able to attach some satellite tags to green turtles.
We've tagged huge numbers of animals, hundreds of sharks and tuna, and we're following their patterns.
We're seeing how mobile species like seabirds forage just within the boundaries of the marine protected area.
By monitoring their numbers, we can see how well the MPA is protecting them.
And this is all really important information, because if we understand how the animals behave, we can understand better how to protect them.
Each result is important, and we're using those results to inform management of the reserve and wider ocean conservation. We're unravelling the stories and mysteries of the ocean, and our methods, results and actions are making a difference that can inform not only this protected area, but many other large marine protected areas globally. So our work can help ocean conservation internationally, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds.